Did I mention I'm getting an automatic tool changer? Welcome back, kids. Today is part one of the PwnCNC ATC installation series. The spindle for the ATC automatic tool changer has a lot more cables and wires, and it has air lines for the pneumatics. Anyway, it just has a whole lot more going on than your standard spindle, so it requires a larger drag chain to accommodate all these extra lines and cables. So today, looky here, I'm installing this 4-inch wide drag chain. I mean, this looks like something that should be on a Caterpillar or something. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to get that thing installed today, and I'm going to show you how I do it. All right, first thing I'm going to do is get everything off of this drag chain. So I'm going to start with my water lines. All right, got that. Now I need to pop open the links up here in the top of the chain. You just do that with a small flat screwdriver, little slot under there, right here. Let me show you that. Like right there, that one. You just stick your small flat screwdriver in there, turn it just a hair, and it'll pop right up off of there. I won't need these Rowdy Roman hose clamps anymore because this new drag chain is going to be big enough to hold the water lines and all the new cables and whole 9 yards. But I do highly recommend these hose clips. They really did work well. All right, now I got to get the drag chain off right there. That's a 3mm. And this just pops off of here. Yep. Try them out. This one. All right. Get all those out of there. Back, I gotta take these 2 screws back here loose first. These are also 3mm. All right. This should just pull out, hopefully. Yep. Yeah, work it out of there. Okay, now I've got to take this bracket off. This is what held the support track in place for the original drag chain. The nut is, let's see, yeah, 5/16. And on the bolt head out here, I'm using a 4mm. Excuse me. there. And then, all right, I'm at the front of the Y rail. There's the masso. All right, first thing we got to do is take these, unplug these two cords, the Z1 and the X1. We'll just kind of let them lay to the side back here. And then we got to take this bolt out right here. So let's do. All right, you got the Z1 here on top. It's marked on the cable and on the little bracket here, so you can't mess these up. And then the X1 and the X1. Fortunately, I won't have to remember that, because if I did have to remember that, I'd be screwed. All right, so let's take this bolt out, which I believe is a 4mm. Yep. All right. Got that out. And all right, now we have to take these bolts out. Get this original bracket holder off of here to put on the new super duper. Where am I at? Right here. Yeah, Y front. All right, so let's do that. Sure. All right, that's simple enough. I got that off of there. Now we're just going to replace it with the new one, I hope. All right, and you can see the relief area for the nut got the hexagon shape to it. So we're just going to drop that nut in there like that. And like that. Oh, well, that wasn't near as difficult as you would think. I know you don't want to over tighten this. These are 3D printed, so, and I'm sure they're made out of the good stuff, but still, you don't want to take a chance over tightening and cracking these. All right, I dropped this, and this bracket or casing thing come apart. So we know X has got to be at the bottom, Z at the top, like that. And then hopefully I can snap this back on there without them coming apart. Right there. All right, and then you see the little brass insert here. That is for the bolt that we took out earlier that holds this in place. So let's get that back in there. It's gotta be just right, but it'll go, I guess. Let me get my weapon over here. There again, we're not just cranking down on that. No need. All right, so that looks good, I guess. We'll see. Okay, I went to plug in this the Z1 and the X1. Z1 plugged right in, no problem. But this one is not wanting to go. So what I think happened is I must have flipped this. So I'm going to take it back off and flip that bottom one that way, and then hopefully it'll plug in right. So let's get this bolt back out. And also, y'all probably noticed, but when I put this on the first time, just a few minutes ago, I accidentally left the limit switch wire behind that, so I was going to have to, I had to loosen this to pull that limit switch wire out. So when you're putting yours on, just keep your eye on that limit switch. Make sure you don't pinch that in there. Okay, well, let's just see what needs to be done here. Okay. Let me just try it like this. Let's just see. Oh, no, definitely. I had it flipped because this side has that little tab on it that the little locking thing clips onto. So yeah, I had flipped that. So if yours come apart, make sure you keep the little tab thing facing out. All right, got that in there. Put the back on it. Like that. Now, I got a tab there and a tab there, so I know I'm good this time. And also, I'm going to watch my limit switch wire to make sure I don't get that in.
You sure about that?
Get my weapon back up here. All right, I just snugged it. I didn't crank it down. I don't want to break anything. Now, I bet you these plug in better. And it goes right in like it's supposed to. And I'll be down. Y'all look at there. Still messed around, got that switch wire behind there. My God.
Now the main problem area is up here. All of this going on up here is what's causing me the most physical discomfort. It's like a visceral reaction of discomfort.
Never been this frustrating.
This area is not good either. I hate this, but I'm mainly worried about this.
This is gonna go up here. Oh me. Get your ass in there. All right, now limit switch is outside where it's supposed to be. These are plugged in right. All right, everything's secured. See how easy that was? I mean, even a caveman can do it after 4 or 5 tries, because you just see me do it. All right, we're at the back of the Y rail. Here's my bracket I've got to put on. It's marked Y rear. All right. Now, put this on there. I don't see how I'm going to be able to tighten that all the way down because these holes are not hex cut like those ones on the front were. How's that going to work? And even if I get them tightened on there, if I ever need to take them off, how's that going to work? Well, there's no way to get a a socket or anything else in there to hold that. Once it gets up there, it's got to go in that deep.
I'm
Alright, I'm fixing to make a short video and send it to Ugly Dog and see what they say about this. Hey, I'm installing these brackets for the large drag chain. And I'm back here at the back of the wire rail. And I have taken off, the nuts that were on these two bolts that held the motor in place. And I've got the bracket on there. But when I go to tighten those nuts down, once they get up in there so far, you can't get to them with a wrench or a socket or anything because there's not enough room, and they're not hex cut holes to keep the nut from spinning. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to get myself into if I go ahead and tighten those all the way down, or if I even can tighten them all the way down. Let me know what I'm doing wrong here. All right, I just heard back from Ugly Dog, and these brackets were made incorrectly, and he had already corrected and redesigned these so that they would work right, and sent out emails to everyone that he thought may have gotten this bracket. But anyway, I didn't get the email, or I missed it, or whatever. I'm not going to blame anybody. It could have been my fault. But anyway, he said he's going to send them out when he gets back in town, but that won't be till the 16th, and today is the 11th, so that sucks. But he did give me a workaround. He said I could put washers over the holes to keep the nuts from going inside the recessed area there, because once they go in there, it'd be impossible to get that off. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, here's my little washer. I've already put the one up here. Put it on first, and then put the little lock nut on there. Now there. All right. That is good and snug. So there we go. All right, gotta take this back off.
Whoa. No, we're not doing that. No.
Unsnap them there.
I don't know why you're into this, but we're stopping it right now.
Because I just need access to the head of these two bolts here. Because I gotta loosen this bracket in order to get my angle up in there. So let me loosen that up. Let's see, I gotta do it from this side. Alright, that one's loose. And that one's loose. Alright, so after dry fitting it a couple times, I have concluded it needs to be exactly 54 inches. Now this is mine. You need to measure yours to make sure, but for my Elite Foreman, 54 inches looks like it's going to be the right length. So I just got my one that I know is the right length, laying on top of this one I'm fixing to cut. Make my mark and cut that baby off. All right, gonna cut it on my miter saw here. This is a 16th inch thick. Won't be any problem to cut with the miter saw. With my wood blade, just go slow. Don't forget to file those digits. You start reading all of them. All right. So now those have got to slip in here, right there, and right here. Oop, afraid that's gonna happen. Scoot them bolts back so they're not in the way. Get it in position. And push the bolts in their hole somehow or another. I think that one went in. All right, let's see what I can do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Snuck her in there that time.
That's what he said, right, guys? 'Cause
All right, so here's where I'm at. Got the track all installed. Got the big old drag chain just laid up in here for now. And I got this end open. I was just messing with it, trying to figure out how to operate it. But next thing I got to do though is put this, what they call a traveler, goes, you see those two screw holes in the bottom of it? They go right there in them two. So it's going to go just like that. And then the end of the drag chain is going to clip in those two big holes up there. So that's what I'm fixing to do now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the bolt started in there. This is a 4mm, and we're going to be aiming at that hole right there. All right, then we got the front one up here. All right, so now I need to work on this end of it. And eventually it's gonna curl up and clip into these big holes here on this bracket. But I think first I need to get all of these hoses and wires put in there. And in fact, now that I look at it, I probably should have did that before I put that on there. Well, let's just see what happens. I expect to have to back up and punt several times. Just get out of their house and get over here and have a house and cross the street. Oh yeah. These are different critters. Look. Look over there. All right, go there, Steve. Now, this is one up here. All right, so don't do what I did right here. I didn't support the end of the bracket while I was drilling, and then when it went through right there, it cracked that bracket. So I had to go back in there and take it off and use my CA glue, and I got it fixed back good as new. I mean, it was just, no big deal. But anyway, don't do what I just did there. Hey. Alright, this is the moment of truth. We'll try to move the X forward at a not very fast pace. See how it goes. Make sure there ain't nothing binding. So far it looks great. Man, that was good. Boom, we made it. So I went over and felt with those wires just to make sure everything felt right. Some of those were pretty tight. So I moved them around and kind of adjusted them, tugged on them a little bit, and got a little extra slack in there. But then in the end, it felt fine, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It just needs to be worked back and forth a little bit. That'll loosen it up. I'm going to send it back to the parking spot. Which is surprising. I'm just going to regular home it this time. That's 100 inches per minute. Man, that looks good. Park it.
We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it!
Perfect. All right, that's it for this video. That wasn't too bad of a process, but it did take me the better part of a day. But that's also because, I'm filming and moving camera and setting up lighting and all that stuff. So it takes me about 4 times longer than it normally would, just because I'm filming everything. But I hope you learned something from this. Just be careful when you're drilling your hole in that aluminum. Support that bracket from the bottom and keep that from breaking. That wasn't a big deal, but it's just another reason I had to take that bracket back off there again for like the 4th time to repair that. So hopefully you can avoid that. As far as the ATC timeline, I'm not really sure yet. It could be another month, maybe first week of April, somewhere in there, but nothing's set in stone yet. I've got special guests flying in to help me install it. Not going to get into that right now, but it's going to be so cool. And I'm hoping that the addition of this ATC will help my channel maybe appeal to a broader range of people. The channel's growing great. I don't have any complaints about that, but anything I can do to kind of boost that, that's what I'm all about. And I also want to appeal to what y'all want to see too. And, I did the poll a couple of months ago asking if adding an ATC would make you less likely or more likely to watch the channel. And I think it was like 90-something% of y'all said you'd be either as likely or more likely to watch. So yeah, I took that as a very good sign that, yeah, this is going to be a good thing for all of y'all that are watching now, and hopefully the new people that I'll bring in the future. So to the OGs out there, thank y'all so much for your support through all this time, and for the likes, subscribes, comments, questions. If you have any, put them down below. I always reply to those. I also want to thank y'all that have been so kind to send super thanks and buying me coffee and supporting my channel in that way too. It makes more difference than you may believe. So thank y'all again for that. I really do appreciate it. And I think that's it for this video. So y'all take care, and I'll see you on the next one.